D'Angelo Russell is questionable tonight. What's the likelihood of him playing?
He is. I just spoke with him. He's not going to play. He's in a lot of pain this morning. He rolled his ankle. I tweaked it last night, and it got worse overnight. So he's out tonight.
Who's going to start?
Kai.
And for Draymond?
Eric.
Go ahead.
You care about your team, your players, you want to build something, but what is the emotional toll right now of all these injuries?
I think it's early in the season, and I think everything is relatively recent. With Steph and Jacob and Loon, it's all happened in the last week, basically. So, I don't think there's an emotional toll. There's more of a reaction. It's sort of, what the hell's going on type thing. But you just have to deal with it and move forward. And it's a great opportunity for the young guys, and they know it. So they should take advantage of that.
Do you have a backup point guard right now?
Are you busy?
Yeah, I'm very expensive though. Hard caps can be a problem.
Yeah, we're hard capped. That's right. No, we don't. I mean, if without D'Angelo, so Kai is really the only point guard on the roster. So our wings will have to handle the ball and help us get into our offense.
I don't know if you've given it. Is Jacob still indefinite at this point, or do you have any idea on when he might?
Jacob is not close to coming back. He's at least a couple weeks away. I think we were going to reevaluate 3 weeks post-injury, which is another 2 weeks plus a couple of days, something like that.
Is the Draymond's finger situation like just rest him tonight, or is there any concern?
He's going to miss the next few games for sure. There's a torn ligament in the finger, so but it's not something that should keep him out for a long time. But I just talked to Rick about it, and he said most likely the next few games.
Coach, when you're starting 2 rookies, is there like a style of play that you can implement just to make them feel a little more comfortable with that workload and increase the pace or decrease the pace? Is there something just to make them feel a little more acclimated to being the number 1 or 2 option on the team?
I don't think there's anything that can help a rookie feel like the number 1 option, unless maybe he's the first pick in the draft or something. Biggest thing with rookies, and actually we're starting 3 of them today, the biggest thing is to simplify the offense and the defense, and just keep the menu limited so that you can execute a few things well rather than have a whole bunch of things in your head that confuse you. So that's what we've tried to do even before last night. We were trying to simplify, and I thought we executed pretty well last night under the circumstances. 25 assists, 11 turnovers. We did a pretty good job, and made 13 threes. And so last night was more about our defense and our fouling and giving up a lot of offensive rebounds. So we're going to have to keep battling and understand that there's going to be areas of concern every night, and we're going to be plugging a lot of leaks. But the idea is keep getting better individually and collectively, and just see what happens.
Considering Draymond's importance when he's on the court as far as communicating on defense and offense, how much of a challenge is that going to be now with him out for the next few games as far as just getting these guys up to speed?
It's a huge challenge because he's one of the leaders on the team. And with Steph not here last night, it was really obvious that Draymond was the unquestioned leader of the group. Shoot around during the game at halftime. He's the one the players look up to. He's the one who's offering assistance and advice, and he's been great in that role. I'm really pleased with with the way Draymond has handled himself and handled our young players. There's a reality to the situation that is difficult for everybody to deal with, but particularly a guy like Draymond who's so competitive, who's used to winning, who's known nothing but winning. So for him to set the emotion aside and understand he's got to help the young guys, he's been great. So without him on the floor, it just increases the challenge.
Will he be on the bench?
I don't know. I don't have that requirement, so injured players are not required to be on the bench, and so I'm not sure what his plans are.
Hey Steve, how has your game coaching approach changed, or has?
You mean in terms of just strategically, or?
Yeah, and also just the mental approach, and it's like you've gone from teaching calculus to more like basic math.
I don't really look at it that way. The way I see it, it's all kind of basic math. It's just the level of experience and talent that you have. You're still teaching the same things. You still want to take care of the ball. You still want to box out. You still want to defend as a 5-man unit, and so you're teaching the same things. You're just not going to be as successful with them. And so the test is really patience with the group, and I think that's my charge is to make sure we continue to be poised as a staff, as an organization. Make sure to demand the things that will pay off for this basketball team going forward long term, and for all these guys individually. There will be a lot of individual improvement this year that will be important for our organization and for our players. I want all these guys to go on and have really successful careers. So I also want them to help us win games. Those things go hand in hand. So the success will be. It'll be more nuanced in a lot of ways, especially right now with so many injuries. But the way we're approaching things, we're trying to help individual players make certain improvements in certain aspects of their game, and then we're always trying to improve as a team, with our execution at both ends.
You ever see any more clipboard busting?
No, I think there'll be fewer clipboard busting. I've got to be a little more poised than I was in the last few years. So maybe I'm hoping this is a one clipboard season, but it's early. Thanks.
Just one more. It's following up on Draymond and the leadership he provides. Are you hoping that he travels with the group to give him that veteran to bounce things off of as he recovers from the finger injury?
I don't even know what's our schedule. We got Monday at home.
Houston, Minnesota,
We travel
OKC
Tuesday.
next week. We leave Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm anticipating he's going. We haven't gotten that far. I think we're going to reassess on Monday, game day here. The doctors will be here, so we'll reevaluate. But yeah, it'd be we're going to need him. We're going to need his presence. Klay has also taken on a role like that where he's spoken up a couple times, and it's really valuable when those guys speak. Our young guys, they perk up and they listen because they know, who's offering the advice. And those guys have been there, so we're going to need them all year.
Is it plan for Klay that he go with y'all wherever you go?
Not all the time. At times he will. He won't travel all the time. All right, thanks everybody.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate it.